looking like everything's good now?
Thanks for the help, Blake. Just sit there.
Everything's going good, Jacksboro.live. All right, well, it's our live preview for the Jacksboro sale tonight. They're at 6. If any of you guys get on here and watch this, get with us. Pretty snappy. They're after the sale tonight. If we get those things bought online for transit with the consigners, so we can get those things, get them to your home and get them back on your place, or get them on trucks headed to your place. For those out-of-state guys, I know we've probably got rides that can get back as far as maybe Mississippi, Louisiana. We've got a few Okies in the house, so we got to get something across the river. So just get with us and get with those consigners as we get those things put together. We're going to go through just rambling across the barn, but we're going to start off with the All-Star Show Pigs, L.J. Young, and let him talk about the pair that he brought in the ring tonight.
Well, we would have got a pair of them out here. The leadoff's going to be lot 6, the male pig. They're both litter mates. These would be love taps, street fights. That sow, this would be her second litter. First litter, she would have had a bear that the Danner crew showed this last time. The Sheldon family wins a class at CPS. He was second to the champion there at Indiana. We thought a really nice pig. We thought this sow did an extremely good job with this pair. They came straight off the nursery deck this morning, so what you see is kind of what you get. I know some will probably think that thing's a San Antonio sized barrow. I will tell you right now, he's probably going to show in March. Even though he is a little bit bigger, they always start a little bigger for me and never finish the biggest. So, we like this pair. The barrow 6, the gilt is lot 37. If you have any questions, call me, text me. That's our pair.
Thanks, LJ. If you haven't followed that guy's track record on those reds and spots, he's been getting along really good. The next guy we got up is Fisher Show Pigs. Mike is a legend in his own mind and right here, so we got him started. So thanks, Mike, for bringing us set. Let's let him talk about his.
Well, we brought 5 head today. The one we're going to start our offering with, it will be, I guess, this belted lot 2 of the sale. This one's out of a gilt that, so we don't have a big long story to tell about her other than Graham showed her, and I thought she was one of our 2 best gilts we had raised there last spring. This pig is out of a boar pig we got at the house. That's a One Truth snafu. We call him Eskimo Bro. He's done us a very good job. Really like how these hogs got just a little added structure to them, but still got real muscle. I think they're off to a good start. They've been feeding really well, but I do like this lot 2. This is one that we've kind of been hanging on to just for this sale, but I do think that barrow does have a chance to go to kind of one of the earlier trio shows, Fort Worth, San Antonio, San Angelo, any of those. I think he works really good for those shows. I mean, heck, just we'll have to wait and see. And then the gilt, one that early on everybody thought this was going to be a Yorkshire gilt. She was solid white, but a little bit of days in the sun, and she colored up pretty good. She's out of the same boar, so he's a One Truth snafu. The mother is a gilt I bought out of San Antonio a few years back, and she's a white noise. She was one that we thought was awful good at that show at least, and was kind of a standout. And her first litter, we had champion light cross at the Missouri State Fair out of her, and a couple others that were awful good out of that litter. But so kind of a gilt that a lot of people liked early and kind of wanted to buy, and I just kind of decided I'd hold her for this deal. Kind of a unique colored one that still going to be stout and burly, but those are the first 2 of our consignments. Next pig coming in is a blue barrow. Blues have been kind of hard to make for me, but this one's one that we've always kind of liked, and so I figured I wanted to bring one here that works for I call this one the straight San Angelo hog. This one, he's got too much grow to hold to Austin. That one's mother is a Finkster back on King of the Hill. The King of the Hill sow actually came from Nathan Ray, and she's a littermate to the mother of the champion York at San Antonio last year that Tyson Price had. Came from Winters, and I think Winters maybe even kept a boar out of that sow as well. But this was a pig that we've always kind of just slotted for this sale because he was a standout, and I don't raise very many blues that I like, but I actually did like this guy. So he's a Eskimo Bro, Finkster, back on a King of the Hill. Okay. Next two pigs coming out. Got a spot sow at the house with good friend Chase Witt. This one is, I think she was an Amplify. She was second in class at San Angelo Gilt Show, and if I remember right, the one that beat her got a piece of something there. But this pair of barrows, though, has kind of been ones that I've liked the whole time, and I thought they needed to come here to. Otherwise, we never just. It's hard to raise good spots, and the people that do it, I've got a ton of respect for. But I actually thought these two were pretty versatile in where they could go. The one that Graham's driving right now is probably a little bigger. Probably if you like feeding a little harder, I think that one there looks like he should be able to handle it. And then the smaller one over there has got some shelf life. If you want to roll him to the later shows, the Houston Austins, I think you can do that. Or you could probably just go ahead and let him kind of go half speed and take him as a lightweight to one of the early shows. But they're out of a boar that I haven't seen, but I did see the video. Oh shoot, G2. Why am I blanking? What's the name of that boar? Love Tap. Yeah, that one is. I think he raised the champion Poland out of that boar. One of the first litters out of him at OIE was out of that, and I saw a very, very impressive gilt up in Oklahoma the other day that was out of that boar. That was pretty impressive. I think that boar is doing a really good job. So they're Love Tap Amplify. Those would be actually, their birth date would be like June 24th. So, I mean, like I said, I think the way those look, you could go to about any show depending on which one you gathered up. Oh, that concludes ours, but Big Cat, thank you, as always. Great job.
Thanks, Fish. Fish and I started this deal a long time ago, so we kind of kept that going and doing. Next up, we got okay. Next lot up is Stork Livestock. We'll start our offering with the Yorkshire Mark Bull there, lot 7. That'd be a red shirt soul. Young gilt, we're just kind of getting going there, like her quite a bit. She would have came from the buyer's farm originally. Red shirt would be a tricked out son that stands there at Crohn's. Be the first round of them this fall. Seen quite a few of those around. Those look really exciting, and they've been quite popular through the early part of the sale season. So one that's maybe not just as far along and blooming and ready as a lot of them. I think that one's got a very good maturity pattern, and one that looks very fun to feed, just from a structure and build standpoint there. Got a little extra hair, real flexible, real made for that breed. So probably more of a Houston Austin speed there on size. I don't think that one's going to just get after it, but the pair of Berkshires that will follow that one would be lot 38, lot 62. Those would be litter mates. Those would be out of Above and Beyond. They're Laird's. Mother would be a Van Halen. We would have bought her out of the Mark Brothers dispersal there last summer. So one we're pretty excited about. She's doing a really good job for us this spring. The initial litter we've had out of her. Two that maybe a little bit different there in type and kind. One is to give her to slow down just a bit. One of them keep rolling on. Not a lot of TLC there. They're in a group of 5 or 6. Pulled them out this morning and brought them here. So that one does have a little
little more power on them than desired at this age, but time and space are not our friend right now. So 2 Berkshires, but good mark, good living. I think there's some neat stuff there. So thanks for having us.
Thanks, Wayne. The next guy we got in is Cole Reeves. Hails from the great community of High Code. I guess do y'all claim on the High Code, or is he out there in the middle of nowhere? Hey, Cole, when you're up next. Hey, Cole, you gonna talk these things? Get up here, boy. Let's go. That's Cole Reeves, the legend.
That is a little child.
Big Cat, thanks for letting us bring a couple out. We got a pair of Berkshire Bears here. One right here is going to be our leadoff. That's a 7-1, lot 14. That's a To the Moon, Pound Town. So the mom to that one would have actually been a champion Berkshire Gift at Fort Worth in 23. And she would have also won her class at Houston, won her class at Angelo, was second behind the letter mate at San Antonio that she should have been second behind, but that's another story. Grandma, that one also would have been 5th overall Berkshire Gilt at San Antonio in 19. Should have been reserve Burt Gilt at Fort Worth in 19. Reserve Burt Gilt at Houston in 19. So Grandma's done a good job for us. Mom, this is her, I guess. She's actually a terrible
That hog a lot. I mean, he's got 4-wide wheels, but don't look colors fool you. I dig that hog. Very flexible, sound, athletic. One that's still going to be dense. Mama's a burly one, and I think he's always been burly. He's just going to go through a real cute stage right now and get back to himself. I love that hog a lot. When you study that Poland, that's kind of our bread and butter at the house. He'll be our first seller. We'll sell the white one second. We'll sell the black one last. The Poland, that's one that Kevin said we need to bring off the decks. His mama's a special one at the house. We love her, young sow. That thing there really busted open his chest. Really big ribs, stout, square, going and coming. Really fun hog to look at. Once again, thank you guys for having us out. I'll give it back to him.
The blue. Dexter, we got sound again. We're getting texts as we were down. We're back up. We're rolling. And that again, guys, if you get onto this video on this feed and you don't get sound or what have you, get with us. We can talk that set. We can video them or play them back. We are also going to have another one at 6 right before the sale for the live crowd here. So if there was some technical difficulties and you didn't get something, just reach out to me or whatever, and we can go from there. We're going to come in with our set. It looks like we're going to have to paint one of them again. We're going to lead off with this one pig. This is a Skyline gilt that Pell had up in Oklahoma and showed probably 2 falls ago. It took us a little time to get her kind of going through the system, but a couple of my friends had seen that promotion boar, quite frankly, son there at Platt's, and I called Platt and I was getting semen one day, and I kind of thought this out. She was real round-bodied and needed a little bit bigger legs and I needed maybe a shot of hair to her, and I thought this litter is probably as comfortable and as big-footed as we've had in a while. We're going to start off our lot with the sales lot 1 closest to you on the camera. We thought that bear goes to San Antonio rather easily. I think he's loose and pliable. He's good hinge. He's heavy boned. He's clean jointed. I just thought that bear fed a lot of guys. I think you go to San Antonio with him. I think you could get him stout enough or he is neat enough looking to show to Hogan and there at Angelo. The little bear is 15 behind us, the target bud one. We apologize to Graham Fisher. Our hogs are not show broke, but he's doing the best he possibly can with some crazy ones. We love this big a lot, and he's lot 15. One I think goes to Houston. That's probably as heavy duty boned and as hairy and as loose and as sound and big footed as a little baby we've started in a while. Probably is the greener yet in his muscle, but yet his proportions, his body shape, and where his foot is, and just bone. That one's comfortable, and I think he fits Houston, Austin from a size perspective. Their other brothers are very nice bear. 16, he's got a good, all of them. They've got good bone, good dimension, good body shape, a nice feed kind of bear for a kid there to go to San Antonio or Angelo with. These next blues, they are on the paper wrong. I'm sure it's my fault. I gave my wife the wrong notches on those, but the bigger, wider belted bear of the blues is going to be 19. 19 and 20 are both the same kind of size, the same kind of show. I think could go to San Antonio, but I would take them to Angelo. 19 and 20 are both one up, one down. We do stand behind those, getting those things fixed. They are both crips. 19 is the wider belted of the blue, and 20 over there is the blue-legged one that's more blue-backed. He's probably a notch heavier in his structure. The guys that's been through this week have kind of flip-flopped the pairs, which one they like. We put them side by side. You buy the one you want. 21 is the smaller one. He's a little quicker to his muscle pattern, and therefore I think you probably need to set on that one. I think that one needs to go on into Austin and showing the blue division there. But we thought 19 and 20 were really nice prospects to go into Angelo. Those are Trick Daddies on a bipolar back on our old Next Level sow. A really good sow line there at the house. We just kind of got her going. So a lot of this one, I think this one was showed up in the Northeast. I think the Ferguson family showed her, but a really nice trio out of that sow. This is another pair of those 5 litters to the trio of bears we started off with. I really thought this pair of gilts were really, really good. We leased out, I think Jacob grabbed one last week and took to Oklahoma just for lease gilt. 17 was supposed to be in my lease gilt next weekend at Berger's farm sale, but when Riley and I were loading hogs, I wasn't paying attention, which I'm known to do that. So she's here, and she is for sale. I thought about leasing her last night, but I'm just going to let her, someone take her. I think that gilt's really unique and just how loose, and I just really love the feet and legs in these hogs and their body shape and just their joints. I think they're just comfortable. I think you can feed them whichever way you want. 17's kind of the slicker neck, probably the thinner polled one of the pair. 18's the one that's a little heavier duty, a little stouter at the ground, probably a little wider made, probably not as slick up behind her head, but another pair of gilts that are very, very good, really good out of that promotion Skyline gilt. The next 4 in here are going to be 8 litters. And I get a little bit scattered, so we've got kind of a gilt. We got an 8-tooth, and I'm calling her a paint one. She's lot 23, the rounder bodied one. 25 is, 24 is going to be the belted 8-tooth. So there's a painted 8-tooth, and then there's kind of a thinner belted 8-tooth. They are litter mates, just can't count real good in there when we're notching things. These are doing this on an N2 deep shaggy. The N2 deep gilt would have won that Ballinger County Fair, I guess, 2 years ago. The Lange family showed her. They won it back to back with the gilts from here. That one, as this is her first trip through, we think really good on those. 23 is going to be your wider belted 8-2. The thinner belted one's going to be 24. The other lot over here is 8-5 is going to be 26. And the board pick here is lot 22. We think that one's really unique. Just his skull and his foot and his bone. I think that bear's maybe got a little bigger window. I mean, you could probably make him a lightweight at San Antonio, but he's dense enough that I think you could haul him around and do whatever. One that's just really big forearmed, heavy bone, stout skull, one that's got a good running gear in him. I thought that one's proportions came out. It's going to be stout and still yet have hair and bone and everything that people are on. That's lot 20, or 22. That's the only male pig born in the litter. Those are doing this on an N2D. Lot 45 and lot 46 are Durocs. Lot 45 is a Duroc male. One that got a little woofy on the decks up there. LJ always had the reds in there. We had to watch them, and I wasn't paying attention and got a little away from us. But one that I think when you get on him and squeeze him down just a little bit. But that one's just length of body, roundness of cage. One's big forearm, got a good look out front. I think that bear probably could go anywhere from San Antonio to all the way to the end. I think he's dense and stout enough, and you could feed him slow enough. I think you could do whatever you want. Those are born this way, back on main attraction gilt that I got out of Shees's, I guess, 2 years ago in Windsor County. Their moms would be a litter mate to that slumlord that's there at Drake Hooks now that he's got from Shees. 45 is the male pig. 46 is a resture or be a pure Duroc gilt there. I promise you she is not show broke, so them kids are going to have to do a little work with her. Graham's trying to get a picture of her today, but we're going to see if we can get that done. That's a pair of Durocs, 46 and 45. 47 is going to be the solid black pig. He was kind of the skinny green one out of the older litter of Trick Daddies. So he'd be a Trick Daddy come on back. I think that bear is awful nice. He is a solid black bear, but I think that one's build is good. I think he's going to be hairy. I think that one feeds San Antonio or Angelo. I mean, that's a high quality one. He is a solid black. Sure wish he had a belt. He doesn't, but I do think that's a dang nice show pig. 48 is going to be a Berkshire Gilt, one that is really tricked out in her look. She's a ready or not on an Outback South. One that's really got some intriguing pieces and parts. One that thought you could maybe jackpot that one every weekend, and then also going down the road and put her in the crate. I think she's really close to where I was trying to get in one. Just added a little bit of thing or two to her in the next deal. 48 is what her notch or back number is. This last two pins of hogs are going to be Buffalo Trace. And they're back out of a Lackey Gilt that LJ and I went in there and bought one day. She's a kingpin back on Best Kept Secrets, Littermate's sister. She's kind of hung around there, and I'll be honest with you, it felt like this time is the first time I've ever got her mated correctly. 50 is the big Calico Barra here in the center. One that we thought was really nice. One that gets his head up. It's got a good look to him. One that's got a really square from behind, just a real practical, a good built one. That one goes to San Antonio Angelo rather easily. 52, the black-headed, black-hipped one to your right there in front of you. Fish coming along there. 52 is going to be the black-headed one. I think he's ear notch number 6. 51 is the bear in there that probably could slow down and go on to those two later shows in the litter, a little smaller yet. And then 54 is the big belted bear headed over here in the corner. Those are Buffalo Trace, Kingpin, and these other two, we've got a 53. It's going to be the predominantly white bear there in the litter that's got the black spots on his face. He's going to be ear notch. He's pig number 9. 53 is his back number. Another bear that just real practical. Think that one feeds into San Antonio Angelo rather easily. And we did lease out a pair of these gilts, but we brought 54 here. She'll be a red roan budded, kind of a white bodied gilt there behind him with 2 patch eyes. The 54 will be the gilt there. And that'll be rounding out our consignments for the sale. Next up, we got Eli Elliott. He's a young ag teacher that started raising some hogs this year and does a dang good job doing ag teaching and starting to get this thing figured out. And he asked about coming over here, and he said he had a nice Chester bear, a board pig to bring in here. And so we'll let Eli talk about this hog.
To preface this, thank you to Kevin for letting me come out. Like you just said before, we're going to be lot 13, and this is a 3-1 male pig, our single entry. I think this one has all the indicators to be a stout one and to continue to get stout in terms of his feature. I think he uses all of his limbs well, in my opinion. This one's going to be a Making Waves, big screen, custom made. And Mom would be mates to nose class-winning bear at Houston at 23, and Grandma would go back to an LJ Chester that would reserve the white LPBs during COVID year. I appreciate it.
Next up, we got KP and Maze, or Maze and KP, or KP and KP, or maybe Maze and Maze.
Start off, Big Cat, appreciate you guys again year after year inviting us down, but we're going to lead off with these the Lot 5 spot pig. That's going to be a landslide, which will be a boar that us and Top Cup bought at perfect timing last year. That boar's done a tremendous job for us. 61 will be a mate to him. These things are good. We're pretty high on this lot 5. This we talk about one that's stout and square for spots. All of his feet go the right direction. I mean, we had a hard time bringing this one, just to be honest with you. But I told Big Kitty we'd bring them and everything would be good. 2 nice spots. Sal would be a Speak Up Tempo. That would be an $8,500 deal that JD had bought from us year before last. And we was fortunate enough to get her back from JD. And then the grandma goes back to, she'll be the old Sal we got that had the champion there at the Expo several times, 3rd overall guilt there at Hawaii. But a good line, these things will definitely feed. I mean, y'all's the professional feeders, so I mean, they're going to, wherever you want to end up with them, where they're going to be. So. Next up here is the 2 crossbreds in the Chester. Will be a 35. Crossbred will be a Carney Man. Back on the next intention. That Carney Man boar will be the one that we own with Mike Still there at our place. He's done us a tremendous job. He's a buckle up backdrop. Hip and hind leg, and these things will be tremendous. This boar is he's going to do us a lot of good. But the lot 60, the other crossbred, that's a backwoods. That'd be a chrome boar that was at a premium blend. Back on an in-game rock star sow. That's an older sow there that we've had for several years, and she does a tremendous job. Them babies that we've got out of her, and we've got several gilts out of that deal. So the Chester will be a Temptation on Big Screen's sister. We acquired Kenneth Brooks' sows there, partnered up with him on them things. We got about 15 of Chester sows now. But that sow would have had a cell bearer there at San Antonio last year. Also the top 5 bearer there at Hawaii. Tremendous set of Chester sows. We're pretty high on this one right here. He does have just a little old vaccination knot on his neck, but he'll be fine. It's healing up. So just so if any of you guys on the internet buy him, you know that he does have just a little bit of a knot there, but I will guarantee him. So, but that's the KP Amaze assignments. Appreciate you again, Big Cat.
The next consigner we got is Kobe Berger. Me and Fisher ran into that guy a long time ago, back when him and Cliff had a old boar at Duncan, and we've been selling together ever since. Kobe does a dang good job. This is what he does for a living. They got a dang good program down there, and we're glad to have him keep coming back. We'll let Kobe talk about himself.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having us. The first 2 out here, we'll start with that sock-footed barrow. That'll be back number 3. It'll be lot 3. This will be a Doing This, Saved by Grace, Believe in Me. We would have sold that grandma there at Expo a couple years ago to Garrett Colbot. And then he sold some daughters out of that one, and he bred her to Saved by Grace, and we bought those. I think that one's in game is probably Houston, Austin. He might get big enough there for San Antonio for a lightweight, but I don't know that I'd push him, but I think that is a very good pig. The belted one here will be Doing This, Playtime, back on Doing This' mom. I think that one needs to go, needs the gas, probably be a lightweight there at San Antonio. I think that's going to be a very good pig. That's Sal Doing This' mom is in that pedigree twice. It's kind of lined up. I don't know that he gets up and is a big one there at San Antonio, but I think that's going to be a very good middleweight, light to middleweight pig there at San Antonio. His back number is 29.
Next two in, they're going to be two spot bearers. They're not litter mates. Tag 30 will be the little one there. These will be the little one is going to be an alarm times change. This times change sow will be a litter mate to our foundation female there at Texas Elite last year. Got first litter. I think this one's going to be very good. Comes from a very good sow family. The bigger one there is an alarm loudmouth. That would be a loudmouth, no word sow. That took us a while to get going, but we got her going now, and I think that's going to be a very good pig. Our spots got to start skinny. These just came off the decks a couple days ago. Kevin told us to bring some little breed hogs, so we did. These spots look like the kind that feed for us. Again, the little one's tag 30, the bigger one's tag 31. Next two in, we'll start with the red one. That'll be lot number 32. He will be a shots fired peace pipe. That shots fired is a boar that we own with Brady Rutledge. There we bought him at the Players last year for $10,000. Came from James Glenn. He would be a backfire. I think a backfire deal with it. This is a very good young sow. This peace pipe sow has done a very good job for us. Had the middleweight reserve middle Duroc there at San Antonio. Has done a very good job. I think that's the kind that feed for us. Again, like the spots, they got to start skinny, and I think that one's maturity pattern reads perfect there for San Antonio. The white-tailed one there will be a mate to the York Bear we sold there at Alliance last weekend. He'll be a mug shot on a sow we call Smiley that would have originated from Dan Young. I think she's out of an Echo son that Dan had there. Has done a very good job for us. Had a class winner there at Austin. I think this pig, you can push and gas on this one to San Antonio. Angelo, I think he fits right in. Again, the chromed up one's 56. The Duroc is tag 32. Got two Berg Barrows coming in next. These will be mates. These will be out of a boar we called Mock Speed that we bought from Nick Mock there at the Alliance last year. We never got this one pictured, but I thought that pig was very good then, and the pigs look very good out of him. He's a top it off, and these will be Mock Speed top shelf, so that stuff will be lined up in there. 58's the bigger one. 57 is the smaller one. He might need a little bit of a dye job down the road, but I think that one probably fits more into Houston. That bigger one I think can get to San Antonio all day long. So again, the small one is 57, the bigger one is 58. Thanks, Kevin, for having us.
Really good set, and if you're not had a chance to go through them or get through, there's a good set of breed hogs in here. I know as an ag teacher, those are really hard to find. Next up, we got a Garrett Livestock, Tedder Garrett from Chillicothe. Actually, I always told Garrett when I first met him is that's where I was actually born. My dad taught ag there a long time ago, but they do a dang good job. His young daughter does a great job showing their young family. They're raising some show pigs, and they do a dang good job, and they get after it. So I was glad to have him come out. He's got a pair that he's pretty proud of, and I can understand why.
Thank you, Kevin, for having us out. The one we're going to lead with is the belted one, will be tag 11. That's a pace car plate pool. Young sow, first litter. She had an August litter last year. Obviously, they didn't get big enough to show, but we sent one down south that won a pretty big county show, and they bought the gill back for $13,000. This sow's done us a real good job. The Chester, he's tagged 42. That's an assassin. Ready-made. That ready-made sow will be our gilt will be a mate sister to Premium Blends Making Waves. Me and Tanner Dobbs bought that thing together, give $8,000 for the guild. Like that pair of pigs. Thank you, Kevin, for having us out.
Really a good set of consigners. I think we've been doing this, I don't know how many years fishing. I started this a long time ago, and I think we got a deep set of pigs in here. There looks to be about 64 of those lots. If you got any questions, if there was any difficulty, I know somebody accidentally hit our stand over here and broke a mic externally there. We got it back up with CCI. We're really glad to have them on board helping us. They're going to be doing our online bidding tonight through Kennedy Ventures. So there's some things you're interested in. Please get with those breeders. Get those conversations started, especially if you're not from around here or going to need transport. Like we said earlier today, we've got some ways to get hogs back to the Oklahoma, to the northeast side of Oklahoma, all the way into maybe Mississippi. If you're online and buying one, let's reach out to make sure those travel plans are out. Our sale and preview will start at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll go straight from the preview straight into lot 1. It took us roughly about 48 minutes on that set, so I would probably, if you've already watched the preview, I would say we'll probably drop that gavel real close to 6:45 to 7 o'clock there. It'll be snappy. I think 64 lots. We really appreciate you looking at it and looking at our consigners. Everybody here works hard to try to produce the ones those kids need and the ones to try to hang some banners, and I think they're in here. So dig through those videos and reach out. We appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll see you a little later tonight.